I'm Mario Renteria, sports editor at the Imperial Valley Press, and I'm sitting here with Brawley native Ernest Chavez, who a couple of months ago made his UFC debut in the UFC 170 at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas in February. In that fight card, he fought Yosdenis Cedeno, who he beat with a split decision in the opening fight of that day. First of all, congratulations on that win.
Oh, appreciate it, man.
And thank you for being here. Let's talk a little bit about your background. You're a 2001 Brawley Union High graduate, correct?
Yes.
Where you did wrestling. You did a little bit of football. Tell us about that time in high school.
Yeah, in high school, I mean, I've always been into sports in general. So my freshman year, I tried out football. I do enjoy football. However, when I tried wrestling out my sophomore year, I had more of a love and appreciation for that sport. Maybe because it's an individual sport. I like it better that way. I like team sports as well, but it was better for me. And I liked it stimulated fighting, I guess, more than anything else. Yeah. So I really did enjoy that. And then I had a good mentor, a good coach, which was Keith Smith. And
yeah, that's right. He's the legendary Keith Smith.
Yeah, the legendary.
He helped build that program into what it is today. What did you learn your time there under Keith Smith? I remember you saying that he was a really big mentor in your life.
You know what? It was. It's more. I mean, he he commands respect. He's a great leader in that regard. And coming from, I could be hard to handle at times. So with him, he established himself, I guess, as the alpha male off the bat. He wasn't scared to get his hands dirty and even involve himself in the wrestling when we were there. And I like that kind of style. And he's really intense. And then at the same time, at the very end of practice, he would tell you something about he really promote being a good person on top of that. So you're just it was a good thing for me to see someone that could be a very, very nice person, at the same time be very intense and dedicated to what they believe in.
You're now in fighting out of Total MMA Studios in Tustin.
Yes.
How did you end up out there?
Well, I mean, after high school, I went to college at Cal State San Bernardino. From there, I was just doing various jobs, and I kind of just migrated to Riverside, Corona, and then, the next place if you want to get out the, Inland Empire would have been like Orange County, and I went down there to follow a job. And I was at one point I hit one of the gyms, and I found my instructor, and then from there I've been following him to various gyms, and now he's at Total MMA Studios, which he owns, and I've just been a student ever since.
How did you get into MMA?
After high school, especially after wrestling, it's such an intense sport that if you just go cold turkey and do nothing, it's just you feel weird because you see these very, very intense workouts, and at the same time you build that hunger as well, so you can gain a lot of weight if you don't stick to something. So I stayed active in doing wrestling, and at times I would start doing picked up boxing and kickboxing, tried judo. I just tried various different things just to stay active, and I really enjoyed all the different martial arts. And later on, try to combine it together to do actual MMA where I could do it against a cage and fight people and spar and everything.
Around what year did you decide to actually go, full time? You really want to?
Oh, to go full time? That just came about maybe the past year and a half. It's for a fighter, you don't get paid a lot in the lower promotion, so you always have to keep a job. And so yeah, I would say the past year and a half, I said I quit my jobs and became a personal trainer, barely scraping by, and ended up working out where I got a couple fights on the right platform, got the right management, and I got the opportunity.
You were now 8-0 and 1-0 UFC. At the time before your UFC fight, you were 7-0. How did this UFC fight come about? How did they contact you? Or
you know what? I have a manager named Jason House from Iridium Sports Agency. He has a lot of Bellator fighters in the UFC as well. So I knew he sought me out, and I sought him out as well, 'cause I knew about him from the area. When I signed with Iridium, I knew he said, we might have to pick up 1 or 2 more fights before I can give a legitimate case to them. But I guess so many people fell out the UFC 170 card that there were some slots. They called his management company saying, "Hey, do you have anyone at 155?" He threw my name into the whole mix, and a day later they just told me, "Hey, if you want to be a UFC fighter," I'm like,
you said, "Of course."
Oh, I said a lot more things than that, but yeah, most definitely, yeah. I was excited to say the least. Yeah.
And you made your debut against Cedeno. What did you think of that fight?
You know what? me as a fighter, I was very disappointed in the fight. Happy for the win though. Disappointed in the fight. I guess it could have been a lot worse losing and being disappointed. So I'm happy in that regard. But there was so many different things that went wrong in that fight, or that I didn't execute. You know, when we went over like a lot of the game planning. Of course, it was a short notice fight. You can only do so much, and even at one point, they actually switched the opponent on me like 2-3 days into it. After they told me, "Hey, you got the fight." 2-3 days later, okay, yes, it's actually against this guy now. Why am I gonna say no? So I said yes, and so I had less time to prepare for the guy. But disappointed, but at the same time, I think I could have got the finish, and that's what disappoints me because I don't like fights going to the end. Like I think to myself, someone lasting 15 minutes with me, it shouldn't be. They shouldn't be able to last that long, especially at the pace that I can set if I want to set it.
You already have your second UFC fight, which is against Elias Silverio in UFC Fight Night 42 in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That's a long way to travel for a fight.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm excited about it, man. I really am. Like I like the fact that there's consistent work. First of all, let alone that I get to go to Brazil and travel on someone else's dime.
Yeah. And
then at the same time handle business and get another win under the column.
How far in advance are you going, heading over to Brazil?
Only about a week right now. I'm gonna go head out there a week prior to the fight, just to acclimate to the place. But I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I come from Brawley, so it's not gonna be hotter than what I've messed with. So I don't know how it is over there. I mean, I heard people like get messed up stomachs and the temperature's hot. But I'm like, I eat spicy food and I'm from Brawley, so I think I'm gonna be fine. But
so
just in case, just in case, I want to just go check it out.
Yeah.
And I'm actually staying a week longer after, just to relax.
You staying for the World Cup over there too?
I was actually considering that, but it's not gonna be in I guess it's gonna be all over Brazil, and it's not gonna be in Rio or in Sao Paulo.
Places you're gonna be.
Yeah, for that time. So I was like, I would have stayed.
You came down here to the valley for today and a couple of days, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
And you're going around town talking to kids and this and that. One of them is Brawley Union High School. You're going over to where you used to wrestle.
Yeah.
What are you planning to talk to them about? Tell them.
I don't got any set thing, but I could just tell them basically roughly what my experience was there and what I actually obtained from the program. At the same time, just being dedicated and really following your dreams really does work, because there's gonna be a lot of obstacles in your life, a lot of responsibilities that come your way. It is a sacrifice, and they gotta know that, and but if they stick to it, anyone can get where they want to be. You always look at people and you always say there's such potential in this person. They have such potential, and the reason why they just didn't have the work ethic and they didn't have the drive to keep on pursuing what they were good at or what they liked or what they enjoyed. I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to live a life of if. I'm lucky to have friends and family that supported me throughout the process, in the sense that they were always telling me just go for it, and even times that I felt like falling back. So I understand you need a support system to some degree, but really focus and follow what you like and love.
Well, Ernest, thank you for coming down here. Congratulations on your win, and good luck to this fight in Brazil. I hope you get that win.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks
a lot. Good luck to you.